my dears, and happy Sunday. I hope everybody had a fabulous weekend and are ready for the week ahead. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Emma, and I'm so happy you clicked on my What's for Dinner video. I hope you love it. We'll give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I also hope you love the new uploading schedule. Now let's jump right on into this week's What's for Dinner video. These meals were easy to make, affordable, and super delicious. Here is everything I'm going to be using for tonight's dinner, our No Meat Monday. I'm going to throw some korma sauce into my slow cooker. Voila! I'm going to add a little heavy cream to the jar to get out the rest of the sauce. I just filled it up about a quarter of the way. Give it a shake, shake, shake. And throw it in. Next, I have some frozen mushrooms here. I'm just gonna throw them in. And next, I have half a bag. This is like a 12-ounce bag. And I have half left of this spinach. I'm gonna throw that in. Now the highlight of the show. I'm gonna add half of this 18-ounce bag of mozzarella cheese ravioli. Maybe I'll do over half. That should be good. I have a couple left here. I can use that for another recipe. Now we're just gonna pop the lid on and slow cook it on high for 4 hours. Here it is all done, and then here it is served up. I just added a little mozzarella cheese on top. Delicious. Happy Taco Tuesday! Here is everything I'm going to be using for tonight's dinner. I'm going to start by frying up 1 pound of Jimmy Dean hot sausage. Once the sausage is browned up, I just put it into a bowl, and we're just gonna put that off to the side while we make our scrambled egg. So in my bowl here, I'm going to crack 4 eggs, and I'm going to add a dash of milk, and then I'm just going to whisk that together. Next, I'm just gonna whisk in some salt and pepper. To cook my eggs, I just used the same pan that I cooked up my sausage. Once my egg was scrambled, I heated up some tortillas. Now to assemble our tortillas, I just did the warm tortilla, sausage, egg, and some cheese. And there it is all served up. Delicious breakfast for dinner. Here is everything I'm going to be using for tonight's dinner. I am preheating my oven at 450 degrees. In my cast iron skillet here, I'm just going to do a little bit of olive oil. Let that warm up. I'm going to lay out my garlic bread on my cookie sheet. Now I'm going to add the seasoned sirloin Philly steak into my cast iron skillet. And we're going to cook them 2 minutes on this side, then flip them. But first, I'm going to season them with a little seasoning salt. It's time to flip my steaks. Voila! Now I'm going to season them this side and cook them for 2 minutes on this side. My oven has come to temperature. Now I'm going to throw in my bread for 8 minutes. This has been cooking for 2 minutes. Now we should be able to just kind of break it up. And then we're just going to continue cooking this until there's no more pink. The bread is done, so I'm going to lower the temp 325. And I'm gonna grab the bread out of the oven, and the steak is done. So I'm gonna put the steak on top of the bread. I'm gonna put a little spoon dent in there. I can put the meat or the steak on top. Okay, now I'm gonna put the steak on. Steak is on. Now I'm gonna add a couple of slices of, what cheese is this? Provolone. Just like, oops, that. This up a little bit. Voila. Now it's in my 325-degree oven, and we're just gonna let it cook up till the cheese is all melty and bubbly, probably about 5 minutes. Meanwhile, in my cast iron skillet here, I'm not even gonna clean it out because it's got all the flavors of the steak, all the juice and everything in there. But I'm just gonna heat up some of this brown gravy so we can dip our sandwiches in the gravy. Cheese is nice and melted, and then there it is, all served up. We both just wanted the gravy poured on top. Delicious. Here is everything I'm going to be using for tonight's dinner. I'm going to start by boiling up some salted water for my pasta. Now to my cast iron skillet here, I'm going to add some butter and a little olive oil to fry up our chicken. For our chicken, I'm going to season it with some of this Kinder's cracked pepper and lemon seasoning on this side. Butter and oil has heated up, so I'm going to put the chicken in my cast iron skillet seasoned side down. Then we're going to season them this side. Next, on this side, I'm just going to add some salt and pepper. And then I'm just gonna let it fry up for 4 minutes on this side. It has been 4 minutes. Now I'm gonna flip my chicken. I'm gonna cook it on this side for 4 minutes. My water is boiling up, so I'm going to add 2 cups of, let's call it spiral noodles. And then we're just gonna cook them according to the packaging directions, which is 11 minutes. My chicken is cooked up for 4 minutes on this side. Now I'm going to take it out of my cast iron skillet and put it on a plate. Okay, my chicken is out and just sitting on a plate. Now, to my skillet that I had my chicken in, I'm going to keep all the chicken juice in there. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of butter. Butter is in. Now I'm going to add a tablespoon of minced garlic. And we're just going to let that cook up for a minute. All right, this has been cooking up for a minute. Now I'm going to add a 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. Give it a stir, stir, stir. All right, now we are gonna add about a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Now we're gonna stir that in. Now I'm gonna add my chicken to the cream sauce. Chicken is in. Next, I'm gonna sprinkle the chicken with half of a lemon. Lemon is on. Now I'm gonna pop the lid on. And we're gonna let this cook for 15 minutes. Pasta is done, so I'm going to drain it, add a little butter. Chicken is done, so I'm just going to take it out of the delicious sauce and let it rest on a plate for 5 minutes. Once the chicken was on the plate, I just gave the sauce a stir, and I'm going to reserve 1/4 cup of that creamy, delicious sauce to put on top of our chicken. Then I threw my noodles into the sauce and just gave it a stir, coated them up, and then served it up. Here it is served up. I'm gonna use the other half of our lemon that I didn't use in the beginning and squirt it on top of the chicken with some Parmesan cheese and the extra sauce. Delicious. And that concludes this week's What's for Dinner video. I hope you guys loved it. We'll give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Come back on Wednesday for my Soup of the Week video number 60 and Friday for my puff pastry short number 14. I hope you have a fabulous week. Bye.